features in the Gale Virtual Reference Library. The abilities to highlight and save articles make the GVRL very user-friendly and much easier than using traditional research techniques. I'm going to scroll down and find some text that I'd like to highlight. I'm going to scroll through this article, and I actually want to highlight this section about the discovery of hydrogen. So I'm just going to click with the left button on my mouse and drag that over. I'm going to release the left button on my mouse, and it's going to bring up some options to highlight, notes, or cite. I'm going to click on highlight, and then I'm going to choose a color. I'm going to select green, and you'll see this text is now highlighted in green. You also have the option to add notes to sections that you've highlighted. So I'm going to actually click on notes, and I'm going to make a note that this is about discovery, the discovery of hydrogen. And then I'm just going to hit save. Sometimes when you're working on a paper, a long paper or a detailed paper, you need to include footnotes or specific page numbers where you gathered a quote from. And in order to make that easier, you could use the highlight feature again. So I'm going to just click here, and you can actually pull the citation for this exact text from this work. So if I click on cite, it will bring up the citation with the page numbers. Sometimes that you need to include that in your paper. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm actually just going to copy it, and I'm going to add that to my notes so that I can reference it when I'm working on my works cited page. I'm going to hit save. And you can highlight as many things as you want to and add notes if you want to, if you'd like to or not, to see what you've highlighted and to review, especially if you were working on a big project and maybe you've pulled a lot of different articles or looked at a lot of different sources. If you go up to the top of the screen, there's this little header and toolbar right here. You could click on highlighted articles, and it will show any text that you've actually highlighted while working on your research. And the color is over here, and then the actual text is listed here. This is also a great way to sort of navigate back to things you've looked at earlier. So just by clicking here, it will take you back to the original article. You'll see any notes that have been added as well. So that's that citation that we added in. And some of these have notes and some don't. You also have the option to add notes here, which is great when you're working on your paper and just gathering your thoughts. At the bottom of the page is going to be a bibliography of any of the articles that you've highlighted. That's great. You just copy and paste that into a document for your paper. You also have the option to download any of the items that you've highlighted, to email a list of them to yourself, and that will include citations, and to print out this page. You also have the option to create some citations from this page as well. And that's going to be citations for all articles. You could select and copy this into another document as well. I do recommend actually doing exports of any of the work that you're going to do before you log out, because it only saves things during your specific session. So if you log out and log back in tomorrow, these items will not be here. So it's best to download or save the items when you're done doing research for the day. You can also see a list of your saved articles by going up to this toolbar again and clicking on Saved Articles. And you'll see these are some of the articles that I've saved, and you can click on that link and it will take you directly back to the article. You also have the option to email this list and to do a citation from here. So I think this tool set makes the GVRL very robust for any type of research project.